seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
Maggie and Perloff on the Infinity Sports Network.
And Scottie Scheffler has his Open Championship. And the third leg of Goff's Grand Slam.
Thank you to NBC. Okay, mark it down. That's 2 majors for Scottie this season. We'll get to the WNBA and everything that happened this weekend. Pearl, good morning. How are you? Scottie is your Open champion. I know you wanted Harris English, but it didn't happen.
I know. Well, close enough. I can't
true.
believe how well Harris English ended up the tournament, came in second place. And a guy named English winning the British Open and not from Britain, the irony would have been overwhelming. Instead, we got the baby again, Maggie.
Yeah, we got the Scotty's baby, as I say, is still the most interesting thing about him. But, you know, that's kind of my thing. This is what got most people's attention over the weekend. Not just the fact that Scottie won. It was dominant. Stop me if you've heard that before. But NBC put a graphic up, Pearl, that between Scottie Scheffler's first major win and his 4th major win, which he got yesterday, it's the exact number of days between Tiger Woods' first major win and his 4th major win. You start diving a little bit more into the metrics. You start diving more into the top 5 and top 10 finishes in their first 25 majors, respectively. And it looks very, very similar. And people get really in their feelings about Tiger Woods because of not just what a dominant golfer he was, what he meant for golf, what he meant for sports, all of that, which Scottie Scheffler doesn't have any of that. He's just a really great golfer who we played some clips for you last week. Not really even sure the guy loves golf. I mean, he has a very healthy perspective on golf. Tiger did not have a healthy perspective on golf, and we praised it and we worshiped it, even as his personal struggles were falling apart right in front of us. So they're very different guys. Do you like the Scottie-Tiger comparisons, or do you feel like that's blasphemy?
No, I think it's overstated. Honestly, I was talking about this before the show with a friend in the hall. He's closer to Koepka and Spieth than Tiger because those guys had a flurry of majors and then couldn't keep it going. Why do we think Scottie Scheffler would be any different than Brooks Koepka, who won 4 in a very short period of time?
Rory McIlroy could be the same thing.
Yeah, Rory a little more. Rory's had a little more sustained success.
No, but from the 1st to the 4th was very similar.
Right. But like Rory didn't disappear. Brooks Koepka and Spieth disappeared for all intents and purposes. Koepka won one more. Like, remember Jordan Spieth was going to be the next Tiger?
I do.
Yeah, I just think the next Tiger is thrown around too much. Tiger just was way, way beyond those guys. And I think Tiger's way beyond Scottie. Is Scottie's game really, by definition, so much better than everyone else that he's going to run and get 13 majors? I don't see that. I mean, listen, I'm not exactly Hank Haney. I'm not a swing doctor. I don't know golf that well. But is there anything in his game that makes you believe he's going to get into the double-digit majors because of this little flurry right now?
Well, I think there's some things. Number one, my biggest worry for Scottie, I guess, would be his age. Like the fact that he's already creeping up on 30. You know, how long can you sustain this? But again, it's golf. We see guys who can play well. He doesn't seem like he has a swing that's violent. It's not like, you know, Tiger who, overworked his body or anything like that. And it seems like, as we mentioned, does Scottie even like golf? Maybe he's got the healthiest perspective. I mean,
no, maybe about it. He's definitely.
Spieth burned out. It feels like he may have. And he's still playing, but it was such a big rise, meteoric rise, and then it kind of just dropped.
Well, he didn't burn out. I mean, he was 22. I think he was closer to the field than he got hot, and then it just sort of went away. I worry that Scheffler. Honestly, I'll say this right now. What's the date today? July 21st, 2000. I think Scheffler ends up with closer to this number of major wins than Tiger's number of major wins.
So why are you fading him? You've got all this data.
Because I don't know. I've heard so much next Tiger. No one's even come close. And he doesn't feel that far ahead of the field that like he's going to be Tiger Woods. Because we were there for Tiger Woods. Like, it was crazy. He was so far ahead of the field. This does not feel the same way to me.
I don't know. I mean, you saw a dominant performance. He finished 17 under. He finished 4, strokes ahead of anyone. At one point on Sunday, he was 8 strokes ahead of the field. Like, I think that the big things that Scottie has going for him is, there's still more to be had. Like, there's another gear that he could potentially find as far as his putting. I mean, the ball striking is amazing, but the putting, you could still, he's gone to another level, and I think there's even more there, according to people who are golf experts more than I am. And there's like idea that his like steadiness, as opposed to, Tiger was blowing fields away, no doubt about that, but clearly there was other stuff going on that doesn't seem like is phasing Scottie at all.
Well, let me ask you this. So Tiger had 15 majors.
Yep.
Scottie has 4.
Yep.
So I did my over-under. Is he over or under 10 majors? 10's a lot.
10's a ton.
Yeah.
But this is rarefied.
Yeah, I know. I just feel like you could look at all those numbers. My only reason thinking is that we've had these numbers before. Like, other guys have made these runs. Only Tiger could sustain it. Because he's on the Mount Rushmore with Tiger, Jack Nicklaus, Arnie Palmer, Bobby Jones. Like, that's what we're talking about. I think 4 majors is too early to talk about Scottie Scheffler in that company. Like, Mount Rushmore company of golf. Okay,
so we're asking you about the Tiger and Scottie comparisons. Do you like them? Do you not like them? Now, here's the other question about this. Scottie is not exactly must-watch golf in the way that it's not like he's getting himself into trouble and then out of trouble. It's not Rory, where you're wondering whether he's going to implode at any moment. It's going to, firing shots off the clubhouse and like the golf pro shop and then somehow back onto the fairway. Rory's all over the place. You almost can't miss a second. Scottie is such a machine that it almost feels like you can go away for, you'll be watching a golf tournament, you walk away, go to lunch or something, you come back, oh yeah, he had like 3 more, 3 more pars and a couple more birdies. It's like, It's very workmanlike. If he is the face of golf for the next 5, 6, 7 years, whatever, is that good or bad for the sport? The sport's already in a financial weird spot because of LIV and everything, and the future of golf is already interesting. But if Scottie's the face of golf for the next decade, is that bad for the sport?
If he's the face of golf and I'm wrong and he's going to keep this major club, it's great for the sport.
Why?
I mean, he'll be chasing Jack Nicklaus. But that's not happening. I'm sorry. If he could do that, then yes. Because winning will make him must-watch TV. I mean, if he gets into 8, 9 majors, are you kidding me? Imagine if Tiger came along now. It would be an even bigger phenomenon than it was then. Yeah, if Scottie Scheffler is going to start chasing Tiger, yes. But I'm telling you right now, that is miles and miles and miles away.
Yeah, I don't know if there's much he can do. Yeah, the winning and chasing down Tiger would definitely be the most interesting part about him. But I don't know.
It'd be huge.
But I don't know if that collectively holds people until you start getting to like 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't think that people are tuning in just for Scottie right now. He does not have the magnetism that Tiger Woods had. And listen, what Tiger meant as like a cultural phenomenon, there's obviously no shot that Scottie, no one would ever even put that near him, nor should they. But I don't think he has that magnetism. I don't think he's the best golfer in the world. We all acknowledge it, not must-see TV. That's not good for the sport.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, though. Scottie is by far the one thing you're watching the British Open for. I think everyone I talk to is, how's Scottie doing? Now he's jumped to the number 1 guy by a mile, right? Like, Rory's 2, I would say. But when you were talking about that tournament this weekend, was everybody like, oh, where's Scottie?
Yeah, but I wasn't tuning in to watch him specifically because it's not an exciting brand of golf. And it's like, even though Tiger was blowing the field away, there was something very exciting about even Tiger Woods watching him up by 6, 7 strokes that Scottie doesn't have.
I mean, it's golf. You're not going to get Vince Carter. What's the difference? It's the same. It's the same. It's not that different. I mean, you drive, you chip, and then you putt.
I don't know.
I don't know what you expect. And by the way, Scottie's kind of exciting. Like, every time he has a bogey, he comes back with a par. That's his secret power, that he can bounce back off horrible situations again and again. Dude could get arrested and show up with and shoot basically 2 under par. He's like a machine, and he never gets down. I mean, come on. If he gets to 9 majors, or 10 majors, every tournament's going to be, how is Scottie going to do in this one? I mean, he'll be by overwhelmingly the biggest story in every tournament. Like, who would even be a close second?
Do you think that the casual fan, like how Tiger was able to pull in, people who probably never thought they would have picked up a golf club or never cared or thought about golf was accessible to them or anything? You think that any casual fan is going to start tuning in for that, and it's going to be this massive sort of flood to the sport, like if we were watching LeBron James close in on Jordan?
If he really chased Tiger Woods, yes, I do. I think it would be. I mean, it's so far away, though. But if he really chased Tiger Woods at 15 and then started chasing Jack, yes, I think it'd be a huge story. But again, like what? Okay, I mean, are you expecting Happy Gilmore? Like, what is the style of golf that you expect? I'm not sure. Like, Rory trying to work out of trouble, is it that really that much less exciting than Scheffler? I think the winning would make him really, really big. Really
Price
big.
is wrong.
I'd rather watch a Rory implosion 100 times out of 100 than watch Scottie win by 5 strokes.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think. I'd like to see the metrics on Rory tournaments being any different than any other tournaments.
Just the possibility for outright disaster is obviously way more dramatic to me than somebody just cruising to 5-stroke win, 4-stroke win yesterday.
Well, I mean, I think the most interesting golfer is DeChambeau because he's so weird. Like everything like that's more. If you want us to talk about interesting golf, I think he's interesting. But again, the winning overwhelms everything. All I was following this weekend was Scheffler. Every time there's a major now, I just go into the search function on ESPN and say, "Where's Scheffler?" Because it seems like he could be that transcendent guy. We need that. You don't think all that matters in sports is winning, right? I'm in a ring culture right now.
You basically make Tim Duncan and the Spurs dynasty feel like it should be second fiddle and a backseat rider.
That took 16 years.
Because of how boring, air quotes, it was to you.
That took 16 years, and Duncan was 100 by the time. If he had won 8 in a row, yeah, I would have been into it. But that was chipping away and winning titles. That's not what Scottie's doing. I just think that's a problem. There's no dynasties anymore. So let's get this dynasty at least. Name another compelling dynasty right now in any sport, individual or team.
Well, Florida Panthers are back-to-back champs, but this was my year of the drought buster, the slump buster.
You're calling the Florida
started with Rory, and now Scottie's kind of throwing a wrench into that because he's won 2 majors.
You said the Florida Panthers are not the '80s Oilers, Maggie. That's your dynasty.
You asked me, and there it is. 8-8, 7-10.
Dynasty. That's what I'm talking about.
It's on its way, closer than anyone else, winning 2 back-to-back.
That doesn't make a dynasty. Yes, they kind of won 2 in a row.
Okay, the Chiefs.
You mean kind of 1-2 in a row? What are you talking about?
The Chiefs are the closest dynasty.
You're okay.
The
Florida
Chiefs were the
Panthers
dynasty.
are not challenging the 80s Oilers or the 80s Islanders or the 70s Canadians. Just because they won back-to-back.
No, but
like
you're
a
asking
dynasty.
you're asking me who's the closest.
12-year run.
Okay, then I'll give you the Chiefs.
All right. Yeah, it's okay.
I mean,
They've won what? They've won 3 in 6 years. They're close.
Including a back-to-back.
That is way more. The Florida Panthers are way more closer to dynasty than the Chiefs, if by that metric. 3 in 6 years?
You have to go back-to-back at some point to be a full dynasty. I think for a dynasty, you got to go back-to-back at some point, and 3 and 4 to 5. But I'm a little more forgiving on my definition of dynasties. But you have to go back.
Well, I just don't think the Florida Panthers are positioned to be this just completely dominate the sport based on talent and record, and they did win back-to-back titles, but it doesn't feel like they're on the verge of a 8-cup run, unless I'm missing something about hockey. It's not they're that good.
But it doesn't. Do you have to be 8 cups?
Yeah, I mean,
dynasty. We're moving the goalposts here.
Yeah, that one's won 4 in a row.
Yeah, but that's probably. I mean, that may never happen again. I don't know. Maybe it will. But no, Panthers have been close.
I mean, if you three-peat, you're a dynasty. End of story.
Definitely.
End of story. It's not even a conversation.
Agree.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. We're talking old school dynasties before salary caps came. Like the Steelers in the 70s who just have this long, long run. I think it's hard to do that in sports these days. And we're talking individual sports. There's not. I don't know. It's you get it in tennis because once you're the best player in tennis, you win everything. Alcaraz is a dynasty now, but yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like we have those in our lives anymore. The team, the Patriots were a dynasty, but they fell off obviously. But I guess the Chiefs. Why do the Chiefs not feel like this dynasty?
That's only you. I think they feel like a dynasty to everyone else.
Maybe because they got their butt kicked by the Eagles this year.
Well, that's
Probably
possible.
Honestly, because you almost beat them last time too.
Boo.
Yeah, like last year at this time, they probably felt a little more dynasty-ish to me. I mean, caught in the moment.
Yeah, they were going for a three-peat. It was unprecedented in the NFL, but I'm still giving it to the Chiefs. But, that's me. 888-710-4ISN, 888-710-4476. So Scottie's your winner. Yes.
The Edmonton Oilers had Wayne Gretzky and Messier and Yari Curry.
Yes.
That felt like a dynasty.
Okay, well, the Florida Panthers lost in the Stanley Cup final, then won the Stanley Cup and won the Stanley Cup over those Edmonton Oilers, the last 2 wins, and the greatest player in the league in Connor McDavid. It's not a dynasty yet, I'll give you that, but to say you don't think they're on their way, I mean, they're closer than anybody, although I do consider the Chiefs a dynasty.
Totally.
I mean...
Yeah, Edmonton won 5 in 7 years, it looks like, or 5 in 6.
But that's to Perloff's point, it's a different time now. I don't even know if that's possible. Especially hockey's got the hard salary cap. That is tough.
And also, the Panthers, they didn't have a dominant season last season. I mean, they got hot in the postseason. Check that.
What does it matter how you do it? Does it?
Yeah, I think it does. Like a dynasty should dominate the regular season and the postseason and just be clearly better than everyone. And I don't feel that way about the Panthers. Get our buddy Sully to call in and explain this a little bit. But a hockey expert, I don't know. Like the Panthers feel like the 70s Steelers. No, back to back. It's just really hard in this day and age. I don't know how we got to this, but I think if Scottie Scheffler, and let me ask you guys on the other side who aren't as big a golf fans, at least you don't guys talk about it. If Scottie Scheffler had won 12 majors, you wouldn't tune in to see that guy try and chase the record? Manny?
I would, yes.
I mean, I'm not.
There's definitely there's definitely an aura to Scottie winning all of this, an aura that hasn't really translated to the average fan, because I mean, you guys, he's a boring individual, but yes, I would tune in to watch Scottie Scheffler try to win, try to set a record.
That's fine.
No doubt.
But I don't think people are casual fans. Golf enthusiasts, fine. You want to talk about strokes gained and do all these, advanced metrics. And if you're somebody who's playing, 16 rounds of golf a year or more or whatever, then good for you. But I think the casual fan is not tuning in just to watch Scottie.
No.
Yeah, but if he wins 5 more majors, I think they will.
Okay, but that might take a while, right? So you're asking people to sort of stay with him as the face of golf, and you're asking the sport to grow and all of these things while he's not that exciting of an individual.
Well, I don't think he needs to be exciting, because if he starts to collect more majors, then by definition, it'll become exciting. Like, I think the casuals, if he got to double-digit majors, the casuals would come.
I know, but see, I'm going to throw back the same thing you always said about Tim Duncan, that the Spurs didn't grow the sport, in your opinion, because they weren't exciting as a dynasty.
But the Spurs weren't chasing Michael Jordan. I mean, it took a long time. They never won like consistently anyway. So
they did. They were always during the Duncan era.
They won like 99, 4, 7, 13. Like they were all.
There was a stretch where they won 3 out of 5, I believe.
What years were those? Yeah.
So
like 03, 05, 07.
Yes, they were always there. They were right there, and you were like, "This is so boring, and this is hurting the ratings, and all of that stuff you said about the Spurs." I'm saying about Scottie.
99, 03, 05, 2007, and then they won in 2014.
Right. So Scottie could chase the all-time major record, winning. Like the Spurs weren't chasing anything. There was no records. I mean, they obviously weren't going to catch the Celtics. They weren't going to catch Jordan. Like that was not the same kind of dynasty. I think Scottie is so much more dominant than they were. I mean, honestly, who's the dominant team of the 2000s?
I know, but no,
clearly the Shaq, Kobe Lakers.
I know, but you said that winning is all that matters.
Right.
You said it doesn't matter how it looks or anything for Scottie.
Yeah, like all-time record chasing. If he gets into you don't think like it would be the casual would get in at 10, 11 majors? They would be all about him.
Okay, but are we that's going to be? We have a long way to go between 4 and 11, where Scottie would have to carry the sport. If he keeps winning like that, he's carrying the sport, and I don't think people are tuning in for majors 5, like casual fans, not the golf crazies. I don't think they're tuning in between majors 5 through 10.
I think the ratings start to spike. If he wins the next year's Masters, I think people are going to jump in on this. It's going to be a thing.
888-710-4ISN, 888-710-4476. Scottie Scheffler chasing Tiger. Yeah, EJ, go ahead.
I mean, I just don't see it. This guy
don't see what? Him doing it or people being interested?
being interested. Him doing it, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm the golf aficionado that can tell you he's good enough or not good enough to do it. The guy looks dominant now, so why not? I guess. But in terms of me being interested, like I always think, like, will my friends ever care about Scottie Scheffler, regardless of how many titles he wins? I would say no.
Have your friends ever cared about anything in golf?
They cared about Tiger.
Okay.
Like, people will care, like, they care about because Tiger is a cultural phenomenon,
right.
and this guy isn't. So I find it hard to believe that, like, he's really going to capture that attention, even if he is winning a lot. Like, UConn women's basketball was amazing and great, and we're a cultural phenomenon within Hartford. But was everyone jumping and tuning in like they were watching Caitlin Clark? No, they weren't.
It was more just like, won again.
Yeah, they won again. Great. In some ways, it actually became, is this actually good for the sport?
Oh, we talked about that a lot.
It became the backwards conversation of, is it boring watching the same team win over and over again? I feel like Scottie Scheffler could become UConn women's basketball.
Well, yeah, that was actually, it's funny you say that. That was a pretty big deal, UConn's women's basketball. But I hear what you say. What if next year he won 2 more majors and then coming into the 2026 Masters? You don't think that rating would be huge? I think you'd get a lot more eyeballs.
But think about Phil Mickelson though. Like
Phil is wildly popular, and he didn't win anywhere near this
exactly.
quickly.
But Phil was exciting.
Yeah, people liked Phil.
This guy, you didn't know what you were going to see when you saw him on the golf course.
And also, he was kind of a foil for Tiger, Phil, in some ways, even though he didn't win nearly as much. But people liked that they had an air quotes rivalry.
What do you guys think?
Scheffler doesn't have that.
What is happening on the golf course? He wasn't doing flips or anything. It's golf.
They liked his character. They liked his personality. They liked
they
liked that he could choke. They liked that anything was possible when he stepped on a green. That's why he was wildly popular. With Scottie Scheffler, you kind of know what's going to happen.
All the runners up for Phil at the U.S. Open. I mean,
yeah, you saw his pain in losing all those times. Like, it was a journey you were on. I don't feel it. What journey are we on with Scottie Scheffler?
Maybe. I mean, if this keeps up, he's 29. If he can keep this up, he'd be chasing the all-time records, which I think was a big part of Tiger's allure, too. Like, once he started coming close to Jack, that was a big, big deal.
Well, but Tiger was a rocket ship. Like, he came on the scene.
But you don't think the major record was a huge part of that story?
Absolutely.
Quick question,
888-710-4ISN, yes.
Do you think the ratings for the U.S. Open next year, considering that that's the only Grand Slam that he hasn't won, he needs it to complete the career Grand Slam, you think the ratings will go up next year for the U.S. Open?
No, if he wins 2 majors next year, I would think the 2026 Masters would be a huge, huge deal. 2027. Sorry, the next year is 2026.
Yeah.
If he goes from 4 to 6, which is very hard to do, then it's going to start to be, the buzz is just going to grow. I think it'd be huge. Like, if he starts, if he got to double-digit majors every time he stepped on the course, it would be massive. I think.
888-710-4ISN. You want to weigh in on a little golf after Scottie Scheffler wins the Open Championship in dominant fashion? We have a lot to get to today, including NFL training camps are open. We have the WNBA All-Star Game, which got a lot of attention for, well, not the basketball, so we'll tell you about that. We have the M&P 500 today as well. Whose stock is up, whose stock is down after a big weekend. And, of course, the Maggie Perloff nickname bracket is heating up. We've got results for you, and we'll open up voting for the next round. We're doing all that today, guys. It's M&P.
You're in a 5-minute break. Four minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Four minutes remaining. 3 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Three minutes remaining. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Two minutes remaining. One minute, 30 seconds remaining. One minute remaining. .45 seconds remaining. .30 seconds remaining. .15 seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
Welcome back, Maggie Perloff Show. Big debate this morning. The future of Goff and Scottie Scheffler. Will he ever move the needle? Or is he kind of boring? Is that fair to say? I was looking at some old... I remember when I was at SI, 2015, Jordan Spieth won back-to-back majors. And they had a cover, Jordan Rules, the Spieth era begins now. People were super excited about Jordan Spieth. Somebody's waiting... I just think there's a vacuum. Somebody's got to step in and replace Tiger. And I know Scottie Scheffler is boring as all get out, but if he wins, then that's fine. Give us somebody dominant. It's kind of overdue. We've had too much parity in golf. Parity's ruining sports, Maggie. Give me something dominant. Jordan Spieth, my concern about Scottie is he's closer to Jordan Spieth, and this is a flurry of majors that'll just fade away like everybody has except for Tiger. You know, to compare him to Tiger feels a little premature to me because Tiger did it for many, many years. And listen, this is a great run. If he keeps it up, I think it'd be, if he gets anywhere near Tiger's major record, 15, then it'll be beyond must-see TV.
Yeah, we're asking you, do these Tiger and Scottie Scheffler comparisons seem right to you? And also, would golf be doomed if Scottie Scheffler is the top star? Let's go to Darren, who's in Dallas. What's up, Darren?
Another beautiful day in Dallas. Thanks for taking the call. Hey, I love Tiger. I grew up in the Tiger era, and I know there's no one like Tiger, but I just think there's a little bit of hate on this show. Not you, Maggie, so I won't say who, on Scottie. And Scottie's got a quietness to him that he loves to put the dagger in people. And let me tell you something, Spieth, he's a great golfer too, but he's no Scottie Scheffler. People weren't looking at the leaderboard back in when Spieth was in his run. They weren't looking at it and go, oh my gosh, there's Spieth. Let me tell you something. They see Scottie Scheffler's name on that board somewhere. Those guys are paying attention, and that means something. So I'm not saying Scottie's going to catch Tiger, but I tell you what, he has the best chance to do so because he's a killer, and that's what he does. And those guys do fear his name when it's on there, and that does mean something. So
Okay.
I just want to get that in. Thanks.
Darren, thank you. I think referring to EJ as being the Scottie hater. I don't think he was referring to you, Pearl, as being the Scottie hater or trying to minimize Scottie. But
I felt like you were kind of doing it last segment too. You said it was too boring to carry the sport. Even your question leading it was like, or would be? You said, would it be bad for golf if Scottie was the top guy?
I mean, I'm just putting what you've always said about Tim Duncan and the Spurs, right? That there can be winners, there can be dynasties, and they can be thought of as being boring.
An analogy doesn't work for me at all because basketball is a sport where Tim Duncan had Vince Carter on one end, just like doing things we've never seen before. Then he'd hit a series of 8-foot bank shots to win Game 7 of the NBA Finals. There's nobody else in golf. Like, you can't do those things in golf. Golf is by nature a pretty tame sport. So there's not these highlights. You guys want to see Rory work out of trouble? Like, that's getting you to the TV? I think dominance will get you to the TV more.
Yeah, I think the possibility for disaster is something that I always like to watch, which is why I like watching the U.S. Open, where the golf course is really hard.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, listen, we're all watching the Masters, too.
The Masters is amazing. That's to me,
fine.
the tournament.
But I just think that you said if you win, then they will come. And I don't know if that's necessarily true. And even if they come, that doesn't mean the casuals are coming. Yes, your diehard golfs, your Darrens, and the people who love golf will tune in for every major. That's appointment viewing. But do you move the needle on the sport? Do you change the sport at all with your dominance? I don't know if Scottie Scheffler is going to do that.
I don't think you're giving enough imagination to the idea of him continuing this pace and winning. What would it look like if he had 10 majors? It would look much different. Don't you think like this will grow?
Well, where's the sport if he's that guy who's so dominant to get from 4 to 10?
Yeah.
He's got to be the no doubt face of golf.
Yes.
He's got to be the dominant figure.
Yeah.
Is he bringing people along with him like Tiger did? I don't think so.
Well, I don't think he'll be Tiger, but that's
Yeah,
a hard
it's a
comparison. That's
high
like
bar.
asking people to be Jordan.
And what do?
I hear you.
We are always seeing who's the next Michael Jordan. We don't
But
spare anybody from that.
Tiger really stopped winning in 2009. I mean, it's Scotty's, but what's your other option? Rory? It's this Spieth run, Koepka. Who else? You got Bryson DeChambeau. Like, this Scottie is the first guy who feels like he could chase Tiger.
Let's get to Andrew Bogusch, who's got headlines for us. He's back from vacation. How was it?
Not vacation, but it was very good.
Okay, vacation
Very good.
from this show.
Yes, vacation from Manny. That is true. Always a good
Are
break.
you rejuvenated now?
Not even a little
You look
bit.
younger.
Spent 5 days in the heat and humidity of the mid-Atlantic, so I am the opposite of rejuvenated.
Oh, my God.
You're depleted.
Why
Yes.
did I catch a stray?
I don't know. I saw you out of the corner of my eye.
We had a lovely conversation when we walked in this morning.
Yeah, but this is for on air. We're enemies on this
Enemies,
show.
whoa.
Best friends in real life.
I'm going to throw a rock at you.
Your headlines are sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting small businesses with affordable coverage options. Get a quote today at progressivecommercial.com.
A little too much nipple.
If you can't win the NBA's in-season tournament, shoot for the Vegas Summer League title.
Yeah.
The Pseudo Hornets have championship rings this morning after fighting off the air quote Kings 83-78. Con Knippel
A little
leading
too much nipple.
Charlotte with 21 points.
I think Coach Gent really instilled the ideas of competitiveness, competing all the time, and then being together. And so that's what we did, and every game we played together. and it had a good outcome for us.
Assistant Chris Gent in charge in Vegas. These Hornets went 6-0 overall.
Well, surely that'll translate into the regular season.
Yeah, I've got a cut for later where young Khan said he can't wait to get with the real guys coming up.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ouch.
I mean, spot the lie.
Right.
He's not wrong.
Caitlin Clark sees...
in Charlotte, I don't know if that's true, though.
Oh.
I mean, what's the difference between this team and the actual
No,
team?
he meant playing against other opponents.
Against, okay, not with. Okay, yeah.
Well, he said with, and they are still technically NBA players in Charlotte.
They're not that much different than a summer league team, but sorry.
Caitlin Clark sees team doctors in the next few days for a better idea on her right groin injury. The Fever do not expect Clark to play tomorrow against the Liberty, which would be the 12th game she misses this season with those various injuries. The Kansas City Chiefs have extended pass rusher George Karlaftis. He's now signed through 2030. It's a 4-year extension with $62 million guaranteed. The Seahawks releasing veteran tight end Noah Fant, and the Bengals signing Desmond Ridder to back up Joe Burrow. As Pearl knows well, the hottest team in baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers.
And a liner into center for a base hit. Haas is in. Churio chugging around third. He's going to score. The play at third on Vaughn will result in an out, but Churio scored first, so the Brewers get 2 in. Just a bit outside.
It's a tie-breaking 2-run single in the 6th from Isaac Collins. The Brew Crew a 6-5 win in L.A. They sweep the 6-game season series with the Dodgers.
Hello.
Manager Pat Murphy's team has won 10 in a row overall.
It's a bunch of guys nobody's ever heard of. They can't name 5 players in our lineup. And today, for sure, they can't name 5. They can't name 2 in today's lineup. And that's just a credit to hungry players.
Feels like that they means us.
Wait, yeah, who's they? I was going to ask.
Some of the
Do you mean the
Dodgers.
opposing team? Right. Does he mean the Dodgers?
No, it was a longer cut. I guess that game was on TV in Japan because it was Ohtani.
Oh, sure.
And he was saying that as great of fans as they are back there, they don't know any of our players.
Well, how about CC Sabathia? He's still on the Brewers, right?
Yep.
That is a wildly out of context quote you just gave us, Andrew Bogusch.
Well, I thought the longer version would have been even more confusing. I didn't think you guys were going to catch the they part.
I mean, me and Pearl were locked in. That's exactly what I was like, he's dissing the Dodgers? What's like?
You didn't tell us
hope the
Like
Dodgers
they
know
don't read a scouting
I hope the
report?
Dodgers know who's in the other team's lineup.
Yeah, you were talking about Japanese fans.
Well, he was, but I think the point remains. Did you know who Isaac Collins was?
Yeah, I'm reading this lineup card. I'm like, who the hell are
So
they?
you're in they, buddy.
Where's
Okay.
Joey Ortiz on that lineup?
I'm with the Japanese people. I do not know who the hell.
Accept your pronoun.
I don't know
It's
who the
you.
hell the Milwaukee Brewers are.
The Brewers are 19 games over 500. By the way, they're tied with the Cubs atop the NL Central because Chicago lost at home to the Red Sox yesterday 6-1.
I think they are tied for the best record in baseball, too, the Milwaukee Brewers.
How about that?
Oh, my God.
With nobodies.
Yeah, a bunch of nobodies.
Not even EJ knows them. On Sunday Night Baseball,
Prince
And the country of
Fielder.
Japan.
Prince Fielder playing first for the Brewers.
Tarek Scoop Cade 11 over 6 2/3. The Tigers snap a 6-game skid 2-1 over the Rangers. Texas football getting a commitment from the number 1 running back in the class of 2026. That's Derek Cooper. Florida State, Georgia, Miami, Ohio State, the other finalists. And Denny Hamlin won the NASCAR Cup race at Dover
Yeah, he did.
for the second straight year.
Double overtime. Exhilarating.
All right, do we want to go through the Brewers lineup and play a little game called Have You Ever Heard of This Guy?
Where's
Oh,
Caleb
no.
Durbin? Caleb Durbin
Trust
play
me,
yesterday?
I did it. It was not going well for me.
Ryan Braun.
He's still on the team, right?
I feel like I watched the Brewers earlier, and these guys weren't playing. That's
Yeah.
the thing that's confusing me.
I mean, I've got Sal Frelick and I got Jackson Churio, who I'm confident are active Milwaukee Brewers.
You also got Caleb Durbin. That's
Sure.
a third.
Do you know who their starting shortstop is without
That's
looking?
Joey Ortiz, isn't it not?
Which is why they got rid of Willie Adames.
Or
Not yesterday.
Oh.
gosh.
Yesterday it was not Ortiz.
Well, it was a Sunday.
Oh, I'm
like
sorry. I meant
was.
second baseman.
Yeah.
I meant second baseman.
Yeah,
Ortiz
it
was playing
was.
short.
Oh,
Do you know
look
who their
I'm a
second
genius.
baseman
I'm
is?
a genius,
Yeah,
man.
look
I'm
at you.
out.
Do you know who their second baseman is?
It's probably a
Paul
freak.
Mahler.
Prince
Andrew
Fielder.
Monasterio.
Oh, of course, Monasterio.
Yeah. Batting right.
Yeah, sure. Throws right-handed,
But
too.
actually,
I
I'm
knew
looking
he was their starting pitcher.
I'm
Jose
looking at their
Quintana.
stats. They have names, but they
Right,
weren't
but-
playing them yesterday.
Yeah, that's the thing. These guys weren't playing.
Yeah. So it's a
That
Sunday.
happens.
It's a long week. Yeah. Well, not really.
They just
They just came off the All-Star
break.
break. That's all right.
Day game. I don't know.
They've won 59 games. They know what they're doing.
Sunday day games, whatever.
Load management.
Yeah,
Against
sure.
the Dodgers. Not important at all.
162 games, 162 games. You got to load manage.
Bogusch, thanks so much. Okay, you're welcome to weigh in on Scottie Scheffler chasing Tiger. Is it good for the sport if Scheffler is the face and the top star? We also have the most memorable thing to come out of the WNBA All-Star game this weekend had nothing to do with the basketball. We'll get to that next.
Just a bit outside.
You're in a 5-minute break. Four minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Four minutes remaining. Three minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Three minutes remaining. Two minutes, 30 seconds remaining. Two minutes remaining. One minute, 30 seconds remaining. One minute remaining. .45 seconds remaining. 30 seconds remaining. Fifteen seconds. Break ends in 5 seconds.
Minneapolis, her home stadium, her home gym, if you will. And, she's not there because she's still dealing with a groin injury. But I think what got the most attention, and I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but what got the most attention from the weekend were T-shirts that all the WNBA players were wearing for their warm-ups before the game that said, "Pay us what you owe us." And I don't know how many people knew this, but the WNBA is getting ready for they're in the middle of a big labor negotiation, right? So the Players Association and the league apparently very far apart on lots of things, including players' salary.
Yeah, I mean, I think sports fans did know this was coming up. There's been talk about it, but I think this was a very smart move by the WNBA players because now it's front and center.
No doubt.
To the casual fan. So they achieved their goal. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of labor disputes. It's like millionaire players arguing against billionaire owners and trying to use the media to manipulate the situation. But this is not millionaire players. This is 100,000-aire players, which is insane. The numbers of the WNBA salaries are so eye-popping to somebody who doesn't follow it, like myself. I can't believe it. That the salary cap per team is $1.5 million, and somehow like a four-string center in the NBA gets $22 million a year or something. Like, what is going on here? And that the rookies come in at $66,000 per year. What are they living in? Do they get one room and with three people in 50 minutes from the stadium? Like, these salaries don't make any sense to me at all.
Right. So I think a lot of people would push back and say, well, they don't bring in as much revenue. They don't get as many eyeballs as the NBA. So to compare the NBA, just the pure numbers, you're always going to have something that's going to look way, way different. But
it doesn't. I looked at some of the numbers. They're not that radically different.
Well, I think that what you need to look at is like the percentages, right? That's what you need to look at. It's how much of a percentage are the players getting with regards to the amount of revenue they're bringing in. And right now it's like 1/80th. Like that's the players' salaries. And with the NBA, it's like roughly half, right? Well, half of all revenue, they basically split it down the middle.
All pro sports are close to half. NFL, MLB, NBA. So I'm not quite sure. There is a long history of why. It's 9%. EJ shared that number with us last night. And that's confirmed. It's about 9% of the total revenue goes to the players'
salaries. Yeah.
Right. But, the attendance is not that different. They're averaging close to 12,000 a game, where the NBA is at about 18,000 a game.
More games, though, in the NBA than
but it's
the
not
W.
that radically different. It's not what did you say, 800% difference? It's a lot closer than it should be. Yes, WNBA players should be making less because there's less revenue coming in, but it's not that much less revenue. So the whole thing makes no sense. And WNBA, I think, I'm going to get radical here. They should just form a new league or just definitely go on strike. Like, why would you settle for this? I know the league lost money for a long time.
Yeah.
And that's not their problem moving forward. There's a new contract coming up. I would play hardball. What's the fear of striking if you're only making $66,000 a year? What are you losing?
Well, $66,000, first of all, you don't want to lose your salary. And,
yeah, but you probably made more in college anyway.
Well, now, but that's not how it's been. And I don't know about that because a lot of this money is going to be going towards football and men's basketball and some for women's basketball, too. When we talk about the $20 million that's allotted now for all these athletic departments. And NIL is such in its infancy. I don't know if all these women have these crazy nest eggs that, they can afford to take off a season. And by the way,
if you're making $66,000, you can afford to take off the season.
So I'm very aware of that. I do not think the WNBA players can afford to have a work stoppage. I would be very concerned about that. So yes, play hardball. You're going to do that. I would not want to go through a work stoppage if I were them, because first of all, right now, the only other league they have is a 3-on-3 league.
Yeah.
It's not the same. I don't think people want to watch 3-on-3.
Well,
you could maybe expand that, I guess, to 5-on-5. Okay, but does that league have enough to pay those extra players? You don't want to do that for free either, just to what?
I don't know if you're competing against